Hello, I'm Henry John Griffin, and this is my channel, Computer Topics. And today I'm going to be talking about, does my mom use corporal punishment or revoke privileges? And today I'm going to be going on to this topic about what my mom does when her kids act up. Okay, what type of punishment does my mom use when her kids act up? The answer is, when her kids act up, she revokes privileges.
Okay, now I fit.
Okay. Like I said, I really need to live with her. I need to live with my mom because she claims that she revokes privileges when her kids act up. But we're gonna think about this in our mind for a minute to wait for this to sink into your soul. When my mom's kids act up, she takes away their privileges. I'm gonna repeat that so that could sink into your memory. When my mom's kids act up, she takes away privileges until her kids act right. Not use corporal punishment, not use body slams, not spank butt or whoop behind, not hurt people, but she uses a type of punishment called revocation. She uses revocation. She doesn't use corporal punishment, whatever it's called. She only revokes privileges. She only takes away her kids' privileges. Maybe she might use corporal punishment and take away privileges. Who knows? Maybe she might revoke privileges and use corporal punishment. She might. Maybe she does revoke privileges and use corporal punishment. Maybe she does. Now the type of punishments I want to explain to you about is that my mom only revokes privileges. That's a claim, but I'm telling you that if I go to her house to live with her, I won't like corporal punishment, but we're going to try to back that away for a minute. If I go to her house and live with her, the idea is she's only going to revoke privileges. But in group homes, people don't use any punishment. They just restrain and they take away privileges. But at my mom's house, she uses punishment, but she takes away privileges. And at my mom's house, she uses punishment, but it's not corporal punishment. At school, they just restrain and take away privileges. You just lose a privilege. So that's what happens in school, is someone is not being safe, so they take away their privileges and they restrain them. At my mom's house, a kid is being bad, so she revokes their privileges and tells them you did something wrong, so let me see the phone so I could take your phone. So she says her kid has done something wrong, so she goes to her kid and she takes their privileges. She takes away their privileges. So that's what happens at my mom's house. I will not think that she uses corporal punishment. I only try to ignore that because I'm only looking ahead the revocation way, that she revokes privileges and not uses corporal punishment. Is sitting on someone taking away privileges? No, it's not. Is spanking someone in the behind revoking privileges? Well, corporal punishment is not revoking privileges, but revoking privileges is not corporal punishment. So I felt safe by then, but I did not like revocation. I did not like neither one. I only like living in places where I could only get restrained. and have my privileges back until next time. But restraints may be different from punishment. They may be different from punishment. Laying on top of people is not revoking privileges. It's a type of punishment called corporal punishment. Sitting on someone like a bed is not revocation. It's a type of punishment, but it's not revocation punishment. Slamming me on the floor, slamming me on the bed, or hurting me, that's not revocation. That's a different type of punishment called corporal punishment. Emma Linda does not use corporal punishment. She does what? Now, I'm going to answer some questions. What type of punishment or discipline does Emma Linda use when her kids act up? And the answer is she revokes privileges. Question number 2. Why can't I live with her? The answer is because I started breaking her house. Because I was getting angry that she was revoking my privileges and I didn't like it. Well, don't get me wrong, I used to not like revocation. I used to not like getting my privileges revoked. But if I go to her house and if I go to live there again, it will change. I will start dealing with revocation and having my privileges revoked until I could be good. That's what Emma Linda does. But we need to not think in the middle of her using corporal punishment using corporal punishment and revoking privileges at the same time. We need to not think that, because if Emma Linda uses corporal punishment and revokes privileges at the same time, then this video is basically going to be for that person who believes Emma Linda takes away privileges, but she spanks her kids when they act up, and like Emma Linda, she spanks her kids and takes away their privileges. She whoops her kids and takes away their privileges. She beats her kids and takes away their privileges. So that's considered idea, much fake, which I would call the idea of it around it would be called, a made up word would be called something called corporal revocation. Corporal revocation is spanking kids and taking away their privileges. Corporal revocation is beating kids and taking away their privileges. Restrained revocation is restraining kids and taking away their privileges. But if I put corporal in the word restrain, then that means spanking and restraining. Now I need to remember this. If I was living with my mom, I will not want her to use corporal punishment like my dad does. And then said, I'm gonna try reading my book because my dad wants me to read my books, and then I'll go right ahead and put this video out there. So I'm gonna find a short book because I already read this book. I just did it silently